that, and we do that, and we're up and running. Hi, everybody. It's Dave from the Outdoor Trade Show Network. It is Sunday night. It's time for We Care You Matter. I'm here with my cousin, Matt Butcher, and what we're going to talk about tonight is, and Matt's going to share with everybody, is you spent a week or better in Normandy, France. You went over with the parachute or Veterans Parachute Battalion.
Correct.
And you parachuted into Normandy, and you were wearing the old uniforms, and you had yourself quite a time over there. So Matt's going to share with everybody. He's got a whole bunch of stuff loaded in here. He's got lots of goodies. He's just going to share with everybody. And if you got questions or you got any concerns or anything you want to talk about with Matt about what went on at Normandy for the 75th anniversary, you spent a week over there having a good time with all the people and taking in just everything that was involved with that 75th anniversary. So with that, Matt, take it away, man.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, I got a hold of another veteran parachute buddy of mine, Pete Sotos, and said, hey, we got to go parachute in to Normandy. They got these groups that do it, and they do reenactments of World War II parachute drops. And I said, we got to join one of these groups and do it for the 75th anniversary. He said, we'll start our own group. And I thought, oh, man, here we go. But it all came together, and we got a bunch of other people, formed veteransParachuteBattalion.org, and Pete Sotos really took the bull by the horns on this and got a hold of another awesome guy, Chuck Oliver, who was very organized and knew how to handle stuff like this. And we put a committee together of trustees. We got others to join. We got linked in with Dax over Normandy that had the World War II aircraft. You might have seen that. It's been all over the news and PBS specials where they found the actual C-47 planes that flew in to Normandy, 75 years ago, and they rebuilt them to bring them over and drop us in to Normandy like they did on D-Day.
Yeah. Yeah. You had a good time. You had with all the people and all the festivities and
huge celebrations everywhere over there. And the French people were incredible. We took off from the UK, of course, Duxford Airfield, and they have a museum there, which is incredible. And, they have 3 huge hangars with British and French planes, and then the US has their own hangar. It even has a B-52 in it. It's so huge. Wow. And, man, they just, just the love between the French and the British with the Americans, and they were so awesome everywhere.
I see Carlos joined in. He's got what's going on, guys.
Carlos.
And Carlos shared with me that when he was in the Ranger Battalion, he was in the 2nd Ranger Battalion, and they started the 2nd Ranger Battalion for climbing the cliffs of which beach
Punta Hawk.
Okay, so they started the 2nd Ranger Battalion for that mission. They were started for that. Then when he was in the Ranger Battalions, they got the 2nd Ranger Battalion up and going because they kind of dissolved it because it was a specialty Ranger Battalion. And then that's the Ranger Battalion that Carlos was in, and that's a big deal to be in the 2nd Ranger Battalion. So now they're slowly, I guess the guys that are in the actual 2nd Ranger Battalion were over there, and they were doing stuff. So they were sending Carlos pictures of what was going on with the 2nd Ranger Battalion and all the stuff that was going on there. So he was explaining to me all that. So he's watching here. Carlos, if there's anything that you want to type in or join in here, let us know. But now they're going to dissolve that. They're slowly going to dwindle that 2nd Ranger Battalion back down again, he was explaining. So Matt, do me a favor. Matt's got a whole loaded of videos and pictures, and if you would, Matt, just let's take our time and we talked about all this, and it's real. You got so much to share about all these pictures that you incorporated here and videos that you incorporated. It'd be nice if Matt's going to share with everybody. And Carlos, if you would, you want to add something to what I had here about the 2nd Ranger Battalion, go ahead and share that with everybody on here.
Yeah, please do. Like I said, we formed VeteransParachuteBattalion.org. We got everything together. We raised some funds. We sell coins and stuff like that, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But we got up and going as Veterans Parachute Battalion, and so we got over there early, before the jump. We actually jumped on the 5th of June, and was when we were able to work everything out with the old World War II airplanes, the actual ones that flew the paratroopers into D-Day on World War II, and did a lot of this is before the jump in St. Mary Glees. The parties and celebrations go on for days and days before D-Day and days after, and it's probably 20 days altogether when they got everything going on. And right there you saw a guy on a World War II motorcycle. This is about 3 days before the jump in St. Mary Glees in Normandy, and which was a famous site for the parachute drops on D-Day. And here you see this is a motorcycle club, all Harleys at the St. Mary Glees Cathedral there. And you can see there's just dozens and dozens of World War II Harleys in there. And there's all kinds of, Europeans who so appreciate D-Day still, and everything that, all the sacrifices. And that's what Veterans Parachute Battalion is really all about. We're honoring those that did those incredibly different and difficult missions, to be able to help the Allies win over the Nazis and the Axis.
We'd be speaking German right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
we
get
would.
down to the bare bones.
Yeah,
The bare bones of this is this. We'd be speaking German,
Yeah.
and we'd all have a different life right now if
Yeah.
it wasn't for a lot of sacrifices that have been made
Yeah.
in the last 75 years.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly. German and or Japanese.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
So that they call it the greatest generation for a reason,
Yes. Yes.
And-
What else you got, Matt?
Oh, this also in, all over around Normandy, they have all kinds of tributes and museums to the Allied forces who liberated them. And this here is in St. Mary Glees as well, right by where all the motorcycles were parked just now. Everything's within walking distance there. It's really a very small village. And so they have the Airborne Museum there. All the museums are incredible. And there's our Veterans Parachute Battalion on Facebook. You can check us out there. And again, just before everything happened, the celebrations in St. Mary Glees and all the villages around there, a lot of the people are dressing up in period correct clothing and stuff like that. And so you'll see people like this. That's my dad. He went over there with me, and just hanging out with some of the lovely ladies, all dressed up, in 40s attire and stuff like that. And there's some more. And a lot of the Europeans, they so appreciate the efforts of those veterans from D-Day that we honor. They'll be wearing, American World War II uniforms with the 82nd Airborne patches on them and stuff like that. The Europeans, even young people. And so it's really great to see that and feel that closeness with them and everything, and get to go around the beaches and everything are all really close to St. Mary Glees, and all this stuff is within easy traveling distance. And so anybody that wants to travel over there, you'll love it. Absolutely love it. There's no way you couldn't love it. Omaha Beach right there. There's me at Omaha Beach. So then we start getting ready for the jump. We go over to UK and the England, Duxford Airfield. It's near Cambridge. And so we all assembled there, and we're all getting together and doing a reenactment, of course. So the reenactment, we're in our World War II uniforms, and taking care of getting all the administrative stuff together, getting everybody together, and preparing for the jump. A lot of logistics.
You had 3 days you were there?
Yep.
3 days you guys were in there. And the one day I talked to you or whatever, and you guys couldn't go because the weather was bad.
Yeah.
Or you took off and there was a plane problem and you
Yeah.
didn't get to jump that day. And
Always something.
yeah.
Yep, it's always something. But then the day of the jump came up. Weather cleared up enough, and there were some delays, of course. There's always something. I kind of jokingly said it felt like we were back in division again in the 82nd, because it's always like that there too. Nothing goes as planned. And so we get in a hangar, we're preparing, getting our chutes up. This is me with some things that I jumped in. We jumped in, we had coins made. And so that's one of the coins right there. So we sell these on our website, and they're all numbered, all jumped into Normandy, along with other things. I jumped in some of my friend's father's flags and stuff like that he had actually from World War II. And so we have keepsakes, we call them, that we could jump in and to raise money and sell the coins. So that was me with those right there. Then, of course, we're getting ready, getting prepared for the jump. We go out and get tours of the planes so we can go inside, do a little practice of how we're going to run things, how our sticks are going to be, and who's going to be in them. Day of, we get shooted up, and we're out there waiting. You know, if any of you were in a parachute unit ever, you know the deal. You shoot up, and then you're sitting on
a lot of leg time.
Yeah, Pope Air Force Base by Fort Bragg, it was green ramp, and you're sitting there behind the airplanes. They're just blowing exhaust on you for hours, you know, and you're waiting.
Waiting to jump on.
Oh, man. Yep. So, same kind of deal there. Nothing new. And then we... that's actually from practice jump that we did. Yeah. We had to get recertified. A lot of us hadn't jumped in 20 years or something.
Right.
So we went out to Florida, Zephyr Hills, and they got a great unit out there called Phantom Airborne Brigade. Okay. And they'll put on airborne refreshers, everything. So if you're a paratrooper, you haven't jumped in forever, you want to get in with us, we can hook you up. You go out with Phantom Airborne Brigade, and they'll run a total refresher. They jump you with a round chute static line, and you just get one in, and you're recertified.
Oh, nice.
To join us on any other jumps. And we'll be doing more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So next one we plan on doing is in September. The largest airborne operation ever was Phantom Airborne, or not Phantom Airborne Brigade. That was Operation Market Garden in Denmark.
Okay.
Like the movie A Bridge Too Far?
Yeah.
Yep. The movie A Bridge Too Far was based on that.
Okay.
And so it's going to be the 75th anniversary of that in September. So some of us will be going out there and doing that.
Are you going over for that, or are you going to do that here? You're going over for that?
Yep.
Oh, boy, we'll have to do this again. You have to share. I didn't know that. I didn't know you were doing that.
Yep, just kind of working that out. But, yeah, that's going to happen. So that'll be great.
So if somebody missed the D-Day Normandy one, and they were an airborne guy, and they jumped, and they would like to do this, get a hold of... Well, let's do...
Veterans Parachute Battalion.
Let's do this. We got stuff in here. There's your website.
Yeah.
And then there you go. And they can go there, veteransparachutebattalion.org, and follow or they can get a hold of us or get a hold of me.
Yep.
We'll make sure they get taken care of. But that's the website right there.
Yeah. So you can just go on the website. We'll bring that up again in a second. And at the end. But yeah, you just get on there. You want to join up with us and go do the parachute jump in Denmark for Operation Market Garden. Yeah, I'll get recertified. We'll get you in on that and figure that out for you. And
wow.
Yep. It's awesome. So then, here we are over in the UK and at Duxford Airfield. Get on the planes. We're flying over pretty soon. That's just before we hit the English Channel. And then jumped in Santerville. It was just east of Caen, France.
Okay.
And hit the ground. And that's one of my buddies I was in the Border Patrol with. And him and his wife flew all the way out from Montreal, Canada. And just to see me at the drop zone, gave him a coin. He gave me a beer. And
nice.
Yeah. So that was awesome to have him there, Alex Gill, and show up there. And
nice.
Yeah. And the whole thing, there was tens of thousands of people at the drop zone. Tens of thousands. Yeah, everywhere you went, there were tens of thousands of people from all over the world there for celebrating.
Everybody understands their lives had been changed. If that hadn't happened,
yeah,
the world, everybody's life would be different.
Yeah, yeah. And, here's an example of the Normandy American Cemetery. So that's that. That's where the president spoke right next to that cemetery on D-Day. and all those cemeteries and where all the Americans are buried. And they do this in Denmark as well, where people and a lot of times school children are assigned a grave of a soldier who died, you know, when the Allies attacked on D-Day and kept pushing forward and all those operations to retake Europe. And they take it very seriously, you know, to this day. Little kids, you know, that's
Everybody's lives would be different if it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, so much respect and honor, and that's what we were trying to. That's our whole purpose, is to honor those guys in that generation that did that.
And gave up their lives. So,
Yeah.
did we cover everything, Matt?
Or
What else we got to go over here?
Well, just about it.
Got the coins.
There's the coins. If you want a coin that was jumped into Normandy, they're all numbered. You get a coin. You get a certificate of authenticity. You can have on your certificate in honor of anyone who you knew was a veteran or World War II veteran, or even anyone at all. You can
Nice.
you can have a certificate that honors them with this coin, and you can go to our website right here, and you go to donate, and it's $100. Donate $100. Type in all your information, your address, phone number, who you want it to honor, whatever you want to say on the certificate, and we will absolutely make sure you get a coin that was jumped into Normandy.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Did we cover our bases?
Yep.
Did we get all the other? What else? What did we forget? I always forget stuff. I have a heck of a time doing this. When I get done, it's I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that. Let's do this. If anybody would like to help out or be part of what you're doing, you know, we'll go back there. That's that's the website.
Yep.
And they can get all the information. They can get a hold of Matt Butcher. You're on Facebook as Matt Butcher,
Yep.
or they can get a hold of us at the Outdoor Trade. I know Carlos. I guarantee you, if somebody's got a question or they want some help that has to do with being an airborne guy, Carlos will make sure
Oh, yeah.
that you're helped and taken care of. So,
Yes.
with that, are we going to call it a night?
Sure.
And then I got to do my pitch, which is this. If you got an outdoor product or an outdoor service and you want to be part of what's going on here with the Outdoor Trade Show Network, get a hold of us here. And, you know, that's why we're doing this. We want to share this. We're in the help business. We want to help you with your products. We want to help you with your services. So get a hold of us. And with that, are we going to call it a night?
Yep.
We're going to say good night. Say thanks, everybody. Thank you, Matt. Matt, thanks
night,
for
Wade.
coming and sharing all that with us.
Thanks for having me.